What do you do when you are tired of planning? Like you just don't want to plan. Raise your hand if you feel like that. Okay, here goes my hand. We're gonna have a quick chat. I think I did 2 sit down videos. One was sharing like how I plan for my week. If you guys want to see how I physically plan, like recording videos each day of my planning routine, I can do that too. It's just an idea. But anyway, what do you do when you don't want to plan? There have been weeks, and this is the current moment I am in. Literally, it has been 3 or 4 weeks where I just don't want to plan. I don't want to pick up a planner. I don't want to look at all my planners. I don't want to deal with all my planners. I want to do the bare minimum of planning. And literally what's been holding it down has been these 2 right here. And the reason being is because this one just came in, so I can't really say anything about that, but I have a feeling now it's going to be these 2 that are going to hold it down. Because why? Look how small they are. Look at this. Look at this. Like, it's super easy for me just to walk somewhere and carry it with a pen and marker, and that's it. That's all I need, right? So what do you do when you don't feel like planning? You see all these options here. The first thing you're going to do is remove any extra planners that you do not need. Remove the planners that you do not need. So let's say you don't feel like planning in this one because this one has more information. You can write more notes. You can stick more things in here, but you don't feel like planning in this. Okay, fine. Remove it. You don't feel like doing a bullet journal. And this was me during the month of May, because May has been very difficult emotionally, mentally, everything. I didn't plan in this. I didn't bullet journal in this. I didn't create a spread in this. I didn't do anything because I am just tired. So I am not going to open up any book, and I'm not going to open up a planner and plan my life away when I don't feel like planning. I am going to the bare minimum basics. So once you figure out what your bare minimum basics are, you are going to start just planning what you need to plan. So you're going to go to your current week. You're going to plan what appointments you need. You need to plan what tasks have to be done during that specific week. And then you are going to plan things that are important for you. So if you want to track your habits, you want to track your sleep, you want to track any personal tasks that you need to take care of. For me, it's therapy on my specific day. If you need a running to-do list of things that have to be done in the house, you can write those down. Anything at all, that's what you need to plan. You don't need to plan for anything else. You don't need to think about social media. And I love social media. I love being on Instagram, being inspired by other accounts and their planning styles and their layouts and seeing how they use their planners, right? For me, it's like I need to be conscientious of what I'm watching, how much time I'm spending on social media. Am I creating more than I'm consuming? Creating meaning? Am I planning? Am I using my commonplace notebook, or am I just using this book to share content on? Because if I'm using it backwards, where I'm thinking about how this is going to look on Instagram, then it's not serving me a purpose. This is not serving me at all, because I'm more worried about what it looks like instead of what I'm using it for. And the thing is, it's like people love this notebook and my handwriting is super small and super messy, and I really don't care. I'm sharing it because that's how I write. And that's how it's gonna be. I'm not trying to change or improve my handwriting or legibility. I like that it's small, I like that it's messy, and I like that I even have to look at it very closely to understand what I wrote, because hey, at the end of the day, this book is for me, my notes, and what I'm writing about, and personal thoughts and personal opinions, and what I read in a journal, what I read in a book, or what I heard on Instagram, or what I heard on a podcast. And if I have something that I agree with or disagree with, or I want to write down an important quote, then I'm going to do that. And that's what book is for. That's what it's for. It's not for, the aesthetics. Yes, I like to create collages, and I can definitely say that I am very much a collage person. But like this right here is like a bubble. Like this is telling me like things I need to work on for my future, goals I have. So for me, it's not like, I love having tactile. And what I mean by tactile is touching various layers and having fun looking through my book. But I also love being able to read about something that I watched, for example, or discussing how I feel when I'm on social media way too much, or I got invited to this wedding, so how do I feel about that? And it's someone very important to me and I love her and I'm so excited to see her get married. Or, you know, new pieces of Happy Mail that I just got and I want to use it in my notebook because this is a time when I purchased it. So for me, everything is very, very intentional. I cannot be worried about how it looks to everybody. I need to worry about how it functions for me. So down to the basics, you can get a notebook and just write basic notes, things that you need to write down. How are you feeling? Okay, what's going on? What show did you watch? Did you listen to a podcast and they gave an important tip? Write it down. Color code it. Like this is color coded in the back and it tells me what each of these dots are meaning. And I can literally look through my book and literally look at it and be like, I listened to something, read a book, or heard a podcast, and that's what this is. Or I got something that is sharing something and I'm responding. And literally I can look at that and know what that is, right? This is Happy Meal. Again, this is how I was feeling. Really just kind of going down to resting just because. So for me, it's not about what it looks like to everybody else. It's about how it functions. And I'm at a point that my handwriting is always going to be not aesthetically pleasing, and I am okay with that. My handwriting is small, my handwriting is not legible, and I am perfectly fine with that. So just do what you need to do. A basic notebook to write down whatever you need, or you want to brain dump away. Write a whole list and brain dump that out and get that on paper. And then once you do that, break those tasks down and put it in a planner, one planner. Okay. And if you just don't even want to deal with a planner, the next best thing is this. You're looking at it like, why? What's the point of this? Use a sticky note. You do not, if you don't even want to write a brain dump in a notebook, or you don't want to keep messy notes in a notebook, or you don't want to write down the appointments for the week and looking through the pages and finding which week is your page, okay? Or your page, what week it falls on, right? This is the best thing you can do, right? So like you could literally take your pen and you could put Monday, I have an appointment, right? Tuesday, I have to go to the doctor's with mom. This is not my schedule. I'm just showing you. Wednesday, pay light bill, right? Friday, right? Supermarket. Sunday, clean. And then a reminder, right? Call back teacher. And look at how messy, first of all, this is. I am not worried about the writing. I am not worried about how this looks. I am not worried about sticking this picture on Instagram because this is literally for me. And I think some of us who are planners kind of get caught up in how something looks aesthetically on Instagram or social media or YouTube or whatever. And we kind of forget the purpose of planning. To organize our lives, to organize tasks, to complete tasks that are important, and to make sure that we take care of what we need to take care of as moms, as wives, as caregivers, as teachers, as people who are working and really want to accomplish goals. That's what this is for. So once I'm done with that, I can either put a check mark or I could draw a line. I could put a check mark, I could draw a line. If something pops up during that week, I could take the same sticky note and flip it backwards and write anything else, right? Call back, right, brother. You know, and no one has to understand this. No one has to understand this handwriting. It's your handwriting. You can read it. You can do it. You can cross it off your list, and that's that. And that is simple as that. You could stick these. I love these because literally, I will pretend this is my computer. I will stick this on my computer at the bottom and I will see what I need to do. So there are weeks that I just don't even use a planner. I will use a sticky note. And I want you to feel less guilt about, oh, I need to use my planners. I spent money on my planners. We all spent plenty of money on things that we don't use, and it's okay. The point of kind of figuring out what you need to do with your planning or your planning system is figuring out what works for you. Look at the planners I purchased. I purchased a bullet journal, an A5, and I was like, oh, I really want to try this size. Then I discovered this size is too big for me. I really don't need that much room to write down thoughts or notes or things like that. I just really need a smaller notebook that's portable with me, that I can take, that I can use, that I can carry on the couch, so that if I listen to something or I'm inspired, I could write it down automatically. I also discovered I love this pocket moleskin. It's functional, it has a calendar. I love the paper. It works for me. I'm not doing it for aesthetics. I'm not looking at it because it's cute. I'm using it because it's functional, it's small, it's portable, and yes, I can make it look cute however I want, but I'm just someone who likes making collages, and really that's all it is. It's not like, you know, something that I'm gonna kind of share with everyone, because not everyone is gonna like this. Not everyone is gonna like layering or collages. I like sticking my sticky notes throughout my book because I like seeing it. And I have things in here that are important. Like if I go to the bank, I need this for my dad, right? This works for me because I don't write much. This is the perfect size for me. It is literally that portable. And then there's this, like, I'm not worried about putting weekly pictures of this every week on Instagram. You know why? Because I did it last year, and I did it because I wanted to inspire others who were like me, who wanted to see different planning styles and layouts. And I did that for that purpose that season. And I may go back to it next season. I don't know. I mean, I still have my other planner that I decorated. But for me, right now, I'm in a point in my life that I have so many things happening. I cannot worry about aesthetics. I really can't. I really can't. And that's just the truth. I can't. People can find this cute, but am I going to stick this on Instagram to show everybody? Like, no. Like, when it comes down to overwhelm and you feel overwhelmed, you shouldn't feel guilty about feeling overwhelmed or not wanting to post anything or not wanting to share anything or not wanting to plan, because you're in that season, right? And whenever you get past that, you can go back to doing whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to post, if you don't want to post. Like I said, I love Instagram. I love social media. I love seeing people share their layouts, share their style, share their aesthetic. I just love looking at that. But sometimes I will get overwhelmed and it's like information overload, and I'm just like, I need to take a step back. I need to not worry about or feel pressured that I need to post or I need to share something or I need to share it in order to verify that I am planning. You have to do what works for you, and that's that. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't overthink it. Just keep it minimal. Less is more, and that's what I've discovered. And really, like, I hope you took away something from it. I really love when you guys share your thoughts and opinions and really kind of share how you're feeling or what's going on. I know I have a lot of moms and caregivers and people who are just like me in their 40s, and they have a family, and then they take care of their parents. They have a career, they have a life, and it's so much happening. And it's like, what am I supposed to do with all this? How am I supposed to spend time doing it? So I love to hear from you all. I love to hear your thoughts. And until the next video, when I figure out what I'm going to be kind of recording, because sometimes I just information overload. I'm like, what am I going to share today? What am I going to post? What am I going to share on YouTube? Let me know. I might talk about something else. But until then, and until the next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.